Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thank you so much for joining me. Getting into my favorite season of the year. So I'm all festive right now. Either way, we are doing a pick a card reading as per usual. We've got some charms today, a lot of different types of decks. However, we are looking into a seasonal preview. So whenever you see this, granted, I was thinking of autumn, but it does not matter. These are timeless readings. So whenever you see this, it's a seasonal preview as to what possibly is to come. I'm going to gauge it within the next 3 months. That's going to be my guesstimate. So for pile 1, we have this card here. Take that in. That'll be your option. We will read we'll read the message for this card, and this will be your major theme, let's say, for your seasonal preview. This is for pile 2. And for pile 3. All right, my lovelies. Take a second, see which card may be calling you. My apologies about the glare, but I'll see you at your choice. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile 1. This is the card that you've chosen. I've put your charms off to the side. These 2 cards here are going to be your guidance at the end. So we are going to start off with reading the small passage or message from the book for your card. And the number that you have is number 20. It says, looking into the carpet's pattern. It is called the magic carpet, if I did not say that. Looking into the carpet's pattern, scenes begin to emerge. Memories, most real, but some that belong to others from another time and place. This rug has magical properties. Not of flight, but of history and insight. Keep staring into it, and gradually the gap between who you are and who you might have been dissolves, leaving you a creature of both past and present. Wander. So, my lovely, I feel that some of your seasonal messages from Spirit are going to be exploration of self, understanding probably past patterns or things that have been occurring, or cycles, particular karma. I feel like it's like what I often say in my readings is finding the seed point, and it feels like you guys are in the verge or at the very precipice, of finding what that seed is, or that seed point is for you when it comes to the makeup of who you are, past and present, life experiences and life traumas. There's as they were saying, like an interesting sense of the emerging with past and present while you wander into the discovery of who you are. All right, my loves, let's see what we got first. Please ignore my nails, they're really not great. Publicity, number 5, with Jupiter in Leo. There was a feeling that I'm getting of success, but I have a feeling that might be connected to another pile also, so you might be connected to, they're telling me pile 3, is that right? Maybe it's 2, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but you might be connected to one of the other piles. That's a side note. Then we have appreciation with the moon in Leo. Interesting. Number 5 again. And then with the sun in Pisces, you have vision. Number 12. So my love, this seems really amazing for you. It feels like in the next few months, or your seasonal preview will be about more exposure. You might be physically going out more. You might be a lot more attractive, so to speak, to the public eye, and whatever attractive means, meaning in your work, in your beauty, in your presence even. Like there might be a lot more attention to the media or social media, etc. I'm also getting a sense of launching or publishing something. Spirit's also saying about reaching a particular pinnacle or reaching a star status of some kind, or celebrity status for some. In our day and age also could be an influencer that reaches, I don't know, a particular milestone or peak that they were aiming for. I'm hearing like conquering, so it does feel like sort of like worldly. It's not like conquering in a domineering kind of way, but just conquering the marketplace or conquering your area of expertise. There's something along those lines. And again, when we're getting this appreciation with this cornucopia of bounty, you know, of again, of fame, of recognition, of worth, of getting sort of compensated for your value. No longer sort of having to fight for a particular rate, like that kind of energy is what I'm getting here. And it's all because of your vision. And they're also bringing me back to this vision in your card, meaning the vision of your past and your future, about this wandering energy and about you implementing and making it real. I just heard you've put in the hard work and the discipline served you. And your discipline served you. And I just heard even if you felt like you could have done better. Doesn't matter. Like there's again a reward right now, my love, for you. There's a heavy success energy here, and it could be in all areas of life, but I am getting strongly when it comes to something that you've created or something that you are deliberately a part of, whether that be work, your own creative endeavors. It can also be like they're just giving me for a small portion of you. This could be like related to your children. Like your children might be getting some sort of accolade, and some of that appreciation is, you know, because of your good parenting, because of whatever, you know what I mean? There's something that is associated with that also. That's beautiful. Okay, let's get some tarot, friends. I do. I feel like there's going to be like a lot of communication coming in for you. Like a lot of, you know, contact from outside sources, new clients, new connections. Like I said, expansion. There's a heavy expansion energy, very Uranus in energy. All right, my lovely collective of 𝑃𝑢1, we have the Witch of Stones, which is like the Knight of Pentacles. Maid of Skies, similar to the Page of Swords. Moonchild, the moon. Eight of Stones, Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Stones, Seven of Pentacles. My beautiful collective. Especially with the depictions here, I'm getting a sense of you, like I was talking about, excuse me, not me, like the spirit was talking about was your hard work has paid off because of your discipline. That's what I'm getting with this Witch of Stones over here. It's like you've planted everything that you needed to plant. You've researched, done your homework, waited patiently. Yeah, there's a lot of like information research going back to perfect something. And it may have taken you many cycles, is what I'm getting, like many moons is how they worded it. However, there's something very significant about the full moon that has just passed on October 17th or in the eclipse season period. Yeah, so there's like, again, like a cycle is completed. You are at that place of birthing this quite literally, and the mastery of what it is that you've worked on. This is what this Eight of Pentacles is making me look at. The discipline, the hard work that you put in, the research, the time it took you finally being able to bring this up to the surface in all your hard work, and now it's just waiting for the fruits of your labor to come to you. That's what I'm getting from the Seven of Pentacles, patient, steadfast. And I love that you have like all women in in your cards here. And then underneath the deck you have the Six of Trees, which is like the Six of Wands, which is like victory. Victory, my lovely. Again, like after hard work, after dealing with situations, like you had to, yeah, the land. Beautiful. Like you had to definitely, I just heard, allow yourself the possibility of failure for you to get past that idea that it won't work. I don't know if I worded that correctly, but there's a feeling of you having to go through a particular cycle or process for you to some degree feel comfortable with failure. Because I think that may have been a part of the hindrance in the beginning, like afraid to fail, so you didn't start or didn't complete it in some regard. So that's what I mean. There's a sense of completing that cycle of fear and going past it, moving past it regardless of fear. And now you're at that stage of, again, like harvest. It is reiterated here for you on that underneath at the bottom of the deck here. I love that. All right, let's get some quick clarifiers for you, my lovelies. We have the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles. These are really dark cards, so. Over the Knight of Pentacles. Again, a new start, birthing something in, planting the seed, same idea. A new financial beginning for you also. The Empress. Love that. With the Page of Swords. Again, truth in who you are, truth in your knowing, truth in what you've been developing, what you're growing. What you're allowing is also what I just heard. There's really something very deep about this Moon Child card here. I don't know if it's because of the clarity of her focus. Wheel of Fortune. This came out in the reverse, however. And that's actually, I think that's appropriate, to be fair. I think because of the fact, like we were talking about the process in which it took you to get to where you are today watching this video. And all of that required a sort of a grueling period at some point. And again, this wheel is on the up and up now. That's exactly what I feel like. It is time that something's being brought up to the surface as that wheel rotates, which is that perfection energy, that mastery energy, which is that patience here eventually. I love that for you. So your fortune, again, is about to come in, this cornucopia energy that I was getting. Three of Earth, right collaborators, the right people, the right connections. I'm also hearing long-lasting for some when it comes to this particular endeavor, whatever that might be for you, Pile One. And then the King of Cups, the King of Oceans. Emotional satisfaction. I just heard. Getting a sense of lavish beauty is what I heard. And again, this is not in an excessive way. There's just something about, there's a huge transformation from, I feel, where you may have been to where you're going to be. And a lavish lifestyle could be anything from not having to worry about where my food's coming from or when I'm going to eat to, I don't know, the latest model of a car. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be any extreme of that. That's why I'm saying it just depends on what your story is. But lavish is something that you may have previously had to worry about a little bit more often than not. That part of it, I think, is being alleviated. Yeah. And then you have Judgment underneath the deck in the reverse, which again is a second chance at something. A rebirth energy again for you, my loves. Oh, I love that. I really do. Okay, amazing. Let us get into these first. And then we'll go into this. Okay, so just a quick recap for you, my lovelies. There's a lot of publicity for you, exposure, expansion, appreciation about your vision, about what you have discovered, about that seed point we talked about the different layers of yourself that you're bringing to the surface that has been infused into something that you are directly involved in or have created by your hand. You are at the end cycle of this fear or this hesitation or resistance towards allowing yourself to feel and be in your full power of success in whatever way that means for you, exactly. And then victory is assured is what I am feeling here. I do feel like it is sooner than later. Like we said, we're working within a 3-month period roughly. And this is this chance that you've been given. I think that you're ready, more so than you're not going to squander it. That's not the words I want to use. I think you're just ready now. You're ready to step into that full vision, to be fair. Okay, let's see what your rune card is. We have 𝗂𝗂𝗂. I love saying that. 𝗂𝗂𝗂. Okay. So this 𝗂𝗂𝗂 rune roughly talks about a disruption, endings and beginnings, which is what we've been talking about, transformations, radical change, and completion. My friends, that's exactly what is happening here. I should put this over here. Yeah, radical change. Just doesn't feel right. I don't know where. Here we go. That's where you should be. Radical change, my love. Magical workings. I'm going to read from the book. Though often an intimidating rune to work with, 𝗂𝗂𝗂 aids you in moving through a stormy time and finding growth on the other side. It is helpful for shadow work, and it is best reserved for when you are facing significant struggle. Write the rune on a natural object, like a piece of wood or stone. Carry this in your pocket so you can touch it to receive strength when needed. That 𝗂𝗂𝗂's rune. Get it up to you close. Yeah, my love. And that scorpionic, or that Scorpio, is neither hard nor soft, right? It is a protector of sorts. So I think that's a perfect rune for you, my lovelies, when it comes to the definition that they gave in this little cute book. All right, let's see what your spell is. Confidence. Get it. Number 32. Number 5. Again, tons of change for you, my lovelies. Tons of change. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take flight and burn higher. That's it. Take flight and burn higher. I love that. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle this first before we get into your charms. I think we want one spell for pile 1 when it comes to their seasonal preview. The success that they're stepping into. Amazing. We're gonna read that after, okay? Put that right here, and let's look at your charms. All right. Well, we got a pumpkin. Speaking about seasonal, so the season that we're in actually right now might be exactly when it's happening for you. We have a blossoming, which is that rose, which is also what we've been talking about, the blossoming of you, the unfolding of you. We have apples here. This is talking about care, tenderness, this nurturing energy of this Empress, about putting in time and hard work into the things that matter and with the people that matter. We have, interesting, we have Shaggy and Superman. How interesting. Maybe these are certain archetypes. If they're bringing me to a feeling, I don't know why I have these in here. It's hilarious. Probably like one of my nieces put their McDonald's things in here. Anyways, so what I'm getting here is a feeling, not that Shaggy is an undesirable character, don't get me wrong, he has his beautiful charm, but there's something sort of, not sort of, there's something very oblivious about his character, a little aloof, a little dopey, you know? And just making me feel of that alter ego of Clark Kent and Superman. So I know it's not him, but this is the energy I'm getting. It's like you're morphing from one version of yourself into the super version of you, that superhuman version of you. I freaking love that. And then, yes, and then you end up in that Wonder Woman energy, which is perfect. Like a brilliant balance, right? Having to go into that masculine or childlike energy first of where you were, mature into this doing, ready to go, get rid of that fear, and then so that you're able to stay into that feminine power. You know, or balance out both, however that might be. We have letters S, J, M, Q. So these letters might be significant to you in some way. I'm hearing gym for some reason. That might be for some. I just heard like slimming down. I don't know if some of you guys are slimming down or have, I wasn't thinking about actual gym. I was thinking about the name gym, not the actual gym, but I just heard slimming down. Interesting. Either 66 or 99. It feels like a 6, to be honest. 66. So we are just in, you have double 5s that came out for you already. Double 5s here, 5 came out here. So again, a natural progression for you. 12 is also the number that came out at the end here for you. So again, you can take it as 6s or 9s. I just felt like it was 6s. No, the numbers are significant. That's actually what I'm getting. And I'm also getting, when we were talking about communication and people coming in social media wise, you know, maybe you're getting hashtagged a lot or going viral in some way. Oh, there's one more letter, the letter X. So take that if that resonates. We have another rune, the Gateway rune, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember what it's called at the very moment, its actual name. But again, an opening, a gateway. This is for you here, my love. You have an opportunity again, this judgment, an opportunity again to, beginnings and endings with that Hagalaz. Everything's connected for you. Arrow, shoot your shot. And also going in the direction that you seek for yourself. It's amazing. You're anchoring in this new archetype for yourself. Sailing, meaning like you are sailing, wandering. The water might be significant for you, or being near water. Something has been uncorked, meaning the blockage has been removed. That's what Spirit's telling me. It's a good time. It's what I just heard. It's a good time for this. You have the owl with wisdom and light up. Okay, first I heard light up, like light up a joint and chill out and have a hoot. That's literally what I heard first, but I'm getting like wisdom, a lightening of your energy, harmony coming in for you. The new energies that could be coming in for you might have to do with these letters, J, X, M, S, Q. Any of those could be significant. Like I said, a blockage is being removed. You're shooting your shot. You're moving in the direction that you want to go, anchoring in this new vibration for yourself, which might lead to even more exposure and success. Removing that blockage, it's a good time. And then the evolution of who you are and what's becoming, and it feels like it's really happening for you currently. I love that, 𝗶𝗏. To close off your message, you have... It says, quartz helps you manage and direct your own energy, your own magic. In Taoist traditions, when you become a master, the only tool you need is a clear quartz point. Ooh, Love that for you. So once you've mastered, which we've talked about, once you become the master, that clear quartz will be enough to anchor down and harness that energy that you need. I love that for you. My beautiful collective, I hope this was fun. I hope this was helpful and served you. I'm sending you the most amount of love. Please keep wanting your lives. Until next time, ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal twos who chose this beautiful card. I'm going to read a passage from the book. It is the number 31, and it is called The Celestials. The Celestials are no prudes. They are devoid of those guilts and judgments that haunt petty mortals. These beauteous creatures delight in the sensuality of flesh and wine and live their days in a hedonistic miasma. Some people speak of Ganesha's powers to overcome small obstacles, but the elephant boy knows of no problems, for he understands that they are just anxieties brought on by false concerns and self-importance. Be trouble-free. So, my love, it feels for you that it is talking about letting go of worry, letting go of abandonment, allowing some of your judgments to fall away, to find some indulgence and love and sensuality, possibly. I'm feeling more just like enjoy your life. Quite literally, it's like just be. That's what I really, really feel. I'm getting an energy of one of my friends right now who's going through something fairly difficult, and needs a lot of adjustment. And this is making me feel like that. It's like to let go of the worry, knowing that it's, you're doing the best that you can and just continue to live your life as joyously as possible. That's the feeling I'm getting. These are your guidance cards. We'll look at the end where your charms are over there at the side, just so that you know. Yeah, but there's a sense of let go of your worry. Give it up to spirit. Let go and let God is quite literally the phrase for you. And the number 31, 4, breaking down to a 4, looking for stability, looking for structure. And that structure could be something a little bit less form-fitting or less societally structured. All right, let's see what we got. We have influence with Mercury and Libra. This is very interesting. Companionship with the moon in Libra. This is so interesting. The first pile had 2 planets in the same sign. You also have 2 planets in the same sign, the number 7, of course. And then you have resistance with Mercury in Taurus and the number 2. This really does feel fitting. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting here is they keep bringing me to the hedonistic miasma, and I don't feel like this is in, like I said, I've been saying, excuse me, today, in a gluttonous way or an overindulgent way. This feels like something that's necessary for you or something that you have to, not have to, but is asking for yourself to allow. Like allow some of this influence, maybe from a companionship, maybe from other people. Again, this like love of life, this indulgence in everything beautiful, Taurian energy also. And your resistance to that might be, again, because you're just not, that's just not the way you used to live your life, or, there's other things that are weighing on your conscience, so you can't feel like you can fully allow yourself to indulge in these things or be overly influenced by it. I don't know if you feel like it is sinful or it's something that shouldn't be done or is looked at as taboo or distasteful in some regard, or that you're worried about chatter or gossip about this. It could be like, for some, like to the extreme, not extremes, but from the spectrum of like polyamory to orgies to you know, a different type of relationship in general, you know, from what you might be used to, which might be same-sex kind of relationship, or it could just be a different entirely where you don't, there's something about like commitment, partners, how commitments are traditionally viewed. There's something about that heavily, especially with this like snake energy, this influence, this sort of Adam and Eve weighing the pros and cons, logic and desire, appetite and will. But there is some sort of camaraderie or common ground within these energies that is obviously pulling you towards it. So I think spirits here is just allow it to lead you in some regard. And I think the resistance might be necessary so that we, people, us humans, we don't go too far into any indulgence. You know, there might be just the reason why you want to swing the pendulum in the other direction is because maybe you've had so much resistance and you just need to know what the other side feels like for you to find that balance in between. Who knows? But there is definitely a lot of other people energies in here, a lot of changing one's mind, wanting to explore something different, wanting to feel trouble-free. Oh, that was great. Yeah, it's a resistance in the mind, in the emotions. There's definitely like an opportunity here for you to explore something that you have possibly been curious about, but just either not brave enough to explore or didn't have the opportunity to explore that for whatever reason. I'm taking this one. So you have the Ace of Stones, which is like the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting snake energies for you guys too here. They're giving me two things with the snake energy. Like, for some, it's like a phallic symbol, and for others, it's a temptation. Others, there's some sort of biblical reference that's making you very hesitant to indulge in something like this. Again, that is for your discretion. It all depends on the intentions and the energies involved in whatever this freedom energy is for you. Then we have the Queen of 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐻, which is the Empress. We have the Six of Stones, Six of Pentacles. So my love, like again, there's an opportunity for you here to fully, I'm hearing like get nurtured. You know, okay, how am I going to word this? There's a lot of sexual energy in Pal too. Like, just let me throw that out there first. And it can be pent up energy or just a lot of, or a need to express through physical intimacy. And I'm getting here, like, it's almost as if like you haven't really had the experience of feeling, ooh, they're giving me ecstasy while you're in the act, a sense of euphoria and connection with the other, like the person who you might be in horizontal limbo with. You know what I mean? Like, there is something very prominent about that, and I feel that it's actually healthy for you currently because of the Six of Pentacles here. This reciprocity, this give and take, something about this, it's evenly balanced, especially with this Libra here. It's not like one person giving more. And I think that might be what you're really looking for with that companionship, is an actual balanced give and take when it comes to all of these things: life, love, sex, money, etc. Which brings you to the Maid of Skies, which is like the Page of Swords, which is information, seeking truth, curiosity, spying even. I guess that's a sense of voyeurism, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have the Magician, which, awesome, you know? The ability to create what you want. You have the tools for what you need. You can manifest whatever it is that you desire. I think that you don't need to resist as much as I'm feeling now. Like, as I'm looking at these cards, I don't feel like it's so necessary for you to resist as strongly as you may have felt like you needed to. Underneath the deck, you have the King of Stones, the King of Pentacles. Again, grounded, rooted, knows who you are to a degree, I think, and the person or people involved is that kind of stable for you, or that kind of surety for you that makes you feel safe, seen, nurtured, reciprocated, listened to, magical, you know, that begins this new opportunity for you, for stability that we were talking about, for that grounding. Lovely. Let's get some clarifiers, pal, too. We have the World with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, my friend, like a completion, a completely new opportunity for you to feel this, again, ecstasy, euphoria, satiety, indulgence. So you have the Four of Skies in the reverse, which is like the Four of Swords in the reversed. Yep, exactly. No longer thinking, overly meditating about it, contemplating on it. Then we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. You're still afraid. You're afraid that it really won't be what it feels like, or be what you imagined, or be what's presented. That's what I'm feeling here. Or you've just been so disappointed in the past that you can't really fully trust what's being offered, and that might be the resistance, which is that curiosity or that investigative type of energy. And then we have Death. Ooh, I like that. You know what it feels like? It's like they sort of nip all of your insecurities or doubt in the butt. Like it's deaded out. You know, like that's what it feels like. It's like any doubts you may have had, they're going to be squashed, either based on this experience, dynamic, people, companionship. It doesn't matter, like any of those, but it feels like something is transformed and the doubt is no longer there. I'll take both. You have the Chariot in the reverse. And the Queen of Earth in the reverse. Interesting. I think you just doubt. I think that's just really what it is. I think it's doubt on the direction of where this could go, even though it feels so good, that it might rock your foundation too much, or your idea of who or what you are too much, that it, again, creates that resistance and fear. And I still feel like Spirit's telling you that it's time for you to embrace this experience in some degree. Underneath the deck, you have the Seven of Earth in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles. Again, there's like I think Spirit's asking for a little bit of patience, but it feels like you're still doubting. That's the best thing I can say. It's almost as like this feels almost too good to be true, that when is a shoe gonna drop? Somebody's lying to me here, or it's not as good as it seems. Like there's something about that feeling here. And so I guess for you, for the next 3 months or so, you might be debating on what to do with this energy, how you feel, or be exploring these experiences that leads you to something, I think, wonderful for you, regardless of where that sits you on that spectrum. What's underneath here? Yeah, the Eight of Skies, the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I think you come out of that confusion. I really do feel like you have something good that comes out of this, period. That's generally what I'm feeling here for you, love. And then the rune you have is Ansu's. I love that. The very intelligent raven. Ansu has to deal with communication, like I said, intelligence, wisdom, insight, divine inspiration, order, and true vision. which is what is the true vision for you? What is the order that you want your life to be in? What is the divine inspiration that is leading you to be attracted to something like this? How are you communicating how you actually feel and what you want to desire? Some magical workings for this rune. It holds a powerful energy, so tread with caution. Use it to enhance spells, improve communication, and speed up the unfolding of events. And for workings that release emotional, psychological, or energetic shackles, best done on a full moon. So my love, this is exactly what we were talking about earlier, which was releasing some of that resistance, releasing some of that doubt that might be plaguing you at the moment. Let's see what your card says. Yes, success. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. That's what you're looking for. I really like that for you, my lovelies. That's great. Success that's true and belongs to you. What spell does pile number 2 need? You got 2. We'll take it. We're going to look at your charms first, and we will look at that spell card to close off your message. All right, pile 2. Interesting. So I think, anyway, I had mentioned in pile 1 that there was some sort of connection to success. And I don't know if this is the pile that they may have chosen also. Again, there's another energy to that. However, in their charms, they had the cork to this bottle. And something was uncorked for them, and I feel like something is opening for you. Like there's an actual opening for something to enter now for you. That could be literal. So then we have a ship. Yes, movement, forward, sailing, journeying. New destinations, new explorations. Black cat. I always think of black cats as good luck, very wise, and spiritual markers or guides. That was the right word. Then we have the devil energy. Interesting. I think it's kind of fitting, my love. I think some of this is indulgent and hedonistic, as it says in nature, and maybe some of this right now, I don't know, for you to alchemize or acclimatize, I should say, to this particular environment. There might be, again, this, like I said, this biblical sort of undertone to something that you were doubting here. We also have the hashtag or number. So numbers might be significant for you also. You have double 7s here. You have 2s also. Number 4, 3s, etc. Or social media or somebody's phone number. You have a car. I wanted to say a blue car for some reason, so that might be very significant. Somebody has a blue car. But cars, movement, drive. Like again, there's a lot of movement energy for you. Then we have radio, which is journey, which is beautiful. And then we have Berkana, which is birth. Again, journeying, birthing something into existence. It's very, very clear here. They want you to explore, to wander. You definitely have. You also probably have a connection to Palwan then. Then we have next. Yeah, what's next? What's next, love? What are you going to do next? Then you have 2 letters only, and they're J. So JJ could be significant for you, or the letters, I mean, any nicknames, middle names, last names. R and B could also be there too. R and B, JJ, R and B. There's got to be something in there. Ray J. We have the number 3. I just heard 3rd time's a charm. Or 3 people as well, as I heard. Again, polyamory, throuple. There's something else with the 3. I know we're talking about 3 months now. There's 3 specific people or 2 other people. I think 3 other people, to be honest. You might be the 3rd, if that's fair. It could be the 3rd month, or as we said, 3 months from now. I think I just said that. Interesting. I think this is a very special time for you. And again, like I keep saying, there's a very strong sexual potent energy in this pile. And you have the rabbit to finish it off. And I generally associate that with, you know, a lot of fornication. So that's what I'm getting for your runes, my love. Like they were very like specific for you guys. Like it's about freedom, expression, life, love, sex, indulgence, pleasures, euphoria, ecstasy, stuff like that. Your first spell here, you can pause if you like. It says, the tools we use to hone our intuition or reveal our connection to the larger world are not in and of themselves magic. The magic lies in sensing the connection. We use tools to channel this feeling outward, to make their inner knowings visible in the outer world. To make the inner knowings visible in the outer world. And this is what this feels like. There's something that you're connecting to deeply that it feels like you're resisting to explore or experience in some regard. And Spirit's like, to know it, you got to experience it in some way. And the second one, it says, sometimes our experiences are unreal in all the best ways. Let yourself believe in magic. How perfectly fitting with the two. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that for you. So, my beautiful collective of Pal 2, I hope these messages served you. I hope this was fun. It was really lovely for me to read for you. Please let me know how they resonated. Until next time, ciao. Keep watering your lives. Welcome, my beautiful Pal 3s. These are your guidance cards. We'll look at those at the ends. Your charms are also here. We're going to look at your first card that you have chosen. And I'm going to read a little passage from the book. Your card is number 39, and it's the universe. Beyond the reach of the naked eye, there are spheres turning in the folds of space. Magnificent wheels are grinding silver sparks out into the abyss. 9 dimensions are twisted, one within another. The universe is manufacturing itself constantly, reworking and reshaping the particles within. The scent of orchids fill the night, saxophones play, and the taste of brimstone lingers on the tongue. Exaltation. I love that feeling is what I'm getting from this piece of writing for your picture here. So what I'm getting for you, my lovely Pal 3s, is a sense of freedom, of remaking or remodeling oneself, a feeling like an upgrade. It could be an ascension energy. I'm getting a lot of knowledge, wisdom. I'm getting downloads in particular for you, my collective, that you're receiving downloads is what I mean. I'm definitely feeling a galactic and angelic realm presence for you. There's also an interesting feeling of a reptilian energy, not in the alien sense, but like you like reptiles. Like, I don't know where this is coming from, but like spiders, arachnids, lizards, like that, those kind of pets, those would be more towards, this is for some, I don't know where this is coming from, but that's for some of you, very specific. You might be working with, I'm hearing Archangel Gabriel or Haniel. There's also, again, I know they reference space, but there's something about, I don't know if it's spaceships or aerodynamics or engineering of some kind when it comes to flying crafts. Or you just might be really interested in UFOs. Like, it's in the most basic way that I can think about that too. But very interesting, Pile 3. So it feels like that's kind of the energies that you will be embodying for the next 3 months. Here is a sense of exaltation, of enlightenment, of growth, of expansion too, of wisdom, higher knowledge. I just heard geometric grids. All right, let's see what we got here, Pal 3. All right, love. You have adaptability with the moon in Gemini. Then you have lust with Mars in Aries. And then you have caution with Mercury in Scorpio. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting here, this is interesting, Pile 3. I wasn't expecting it to sort of be that message first. I'm getting a sense, first of all, the adaptability is the information being received, you being adaptable when it comes to your frequencies to be able to receive the messages, for you to be able to interpret them. However they might appear to you, whether that be synchronicities, particular symbols and signs, actual downloads, any of the clairs, etc. The lust energy, there's an interesting feeling. I'm getting a sense of a lust for this knowledge, information, for this expansion. I'm also getting a little bit of an obsession. And that's where I'm getting a little bit of the caution here energy. They don't want you to get too obsessed with this particular belief or trajectory in your life, because it may blindside you or sorry, keep you sort of so focused on it that you miss some of the things happening around you. That's what I'm getting from this caution card in particular. Especially with Mercury and Scorpio, you know, there's this feeling of something that's hidden underneath the subconscious, or something that's hidden that you're not quite able to articulate or see, or that might just be hidden from you, period. And that might be, again, that obsession, that lust for this particular knowledge, this expansion, this thing that you're engaging in. You have the numbers 3, 1, and 6. So they bring me to the number 10. They told me to add them all up together. And again, this is a completion cycle, like you are done it now. So I don't know if the caution has already occurred, because if this is supposed to be a preview, it feels like something that you need to be mindful of. And you might be the person who informs somebody that they're going too far, or to be cautious in your exploration of these informations or modalities or practices. Interesting feeling here, Pile 3. Let's get some tarot. Maybe it'll help me get a little bit more context and clarity as to what they really are talking about here when it comes to this lust and caution energy. I actually think that it's, to me, for me, it's leaning a little bit more towards, I'm just going to put this in the bottom so we'll look at it. It's giving me a little bit, sorry, it's leaning a little bit more for me towards you being the person that lets somebody know or something know that they're going to go too far, or they're reaching a point that they don't want to experience, something along those lines. There's something about that for sure. First, you have the 9 of Trees, which is like the 9 of Wands. Again, that wounded warrior. Finish what you started. The battle is almost over. Then we have the Lovers. Oh my God. I'm telling you, there is something about like you genuinely caring for people, humanity, evolution, somebody in particular. But there is something about you either fighting for something, fighting to be heard about something, or there's been arguments about something for sure, because this 10 of Skies, the 10 of Swords here, you know, and coming out kind of underneath lust here, there is, again, this overthought, the end of a particular cycle. This could be, again, when it comes to the dynamics in relationship, chosen partners, chosen people to be around. It could be lust in that kind of dynamic too. You might have some messages in Pile 2 if that is the case for you. However, what I'm feeling here, because we're talking about exaltation and a sense of expansion, that also can come from partners, from love. And if we are too obsessed or too overly focused on that particular thing, it can definitely be a caution. So just be wary of that, or be mindful of that, whichever spectrum that you might be playing with this caution in. Then you have justice here, which why I'm saying that I feel like you're the one who's sort of bringing in this balance to whatever might have been out of alignment. That comes up here with the Maid of Waters, which is the Page of Cups, forgiveness, an apology, an offering of some kind. So I also hear a thank you. That's what I just heard, a thank you. So I do feel like that's kind of a part of your guide. Let me put it that way, your guide. And I think that you bring awareness to people who might be in some sort of vibrational energy that needs some sort of assistance for them to see a different way through the maze, through the matrix, through their choices. Underneath the deck, you have flow. I think it's supposed to be temperance, but I'm going to double check just to make sure. Yeah, definitely temperance. So we're trying to look at the flow, the balance, the give and take of things, but the ease of which things go when things flow. You know, it's the caution so that we can stop resisting and allow ourselves to go with the flow of what universe, or again, the adaptability of what spirit wants for us at any given moment in our life. I truly think that's the best way to describe you, my loves. You guys are a guide, or becoming an earth angel, so to speak, or a spirit guide for some, for many. There is a feeling like that for sure now. That feels right, and it feels clearer when I'm looking at this caution and lust energy, because it doesn't feel associated to you. However, it still can be. It just doesn't feel as strongly connected to you as it does who you might be helping. Then we have strength, yep, with the Nine of Wands. Absolutely. Then we have the Knight of Oceans, the Knight of Cups. Again, speaking about offering, love offering, kind words, a gesture of goodwill. The Mystic. I love that. I think this is supposed to be the Magician, but I will make sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure. And again, the Ten of Skies, being able to transmute the energies into whatever is beneficial for that soul, for that energy, for that frequency, for the experience, or for the lesson. Then we have the Two of Oceans, the Two of Cups in the reverse. Justice. Interesting. I heard it's to teach people to make better choices for themselves based on an emotionally mature and calm place. That's what I'm hearing with that Two of Cups in the reverse. That's what you do for people. That's what you will be doing for people if you're not already, or you're going to continue to do so. Or maybe you don't know this about yourself. Yeah, my friend, the Sun. It is like you just illuminate the things that people either refuse to see, don't want to see, are ignoring. You just either have the right cadence, the right way of delivering it, the right timing for that matter. And then you have the Knight of Earth in the reverse underneath the deck here. And again, the Knight of Pentacles. I don't think that you move slowly. I don't think that you rush into things. And I don't think you help if the person doesn't want it. It's not to say that you can't see it. It's like you'll offer up your guidance, but if they don't take it, it's not like you're going to force it on them. You're like, all right, I warned you about the caution. It's your life to live, but there is an easier way to flow. You know? Ooh, that's so good. The rune you have is Canas. How fitting with the owl, intellect, wisdom, information, downloads, all the things that I was talking about. You know, enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, also learning. Magical workings for this particular rune can aid you in finding your true path, and it is also useful during divination practices. Inscribe it on a candle that you burn while reading the cards. Be careful when combining with Fehu, as the high energy and power of these two can be an explosive combination. Okay, so that's just an extra little cautionary thing, but the point being is, like, you have a lot at your disposal right now, and you have a lot of information. That's why I think that this exaltation energy is very palpable, and that's why I don't think that you like force it. It's like, I know that this is hard for some, really strong for others, but the truth is the truth. You know, that is what that's what you serve, that's what you guide. And oh my God, knowledge, exactly, like double that up. Number 28, let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Yes, friends, let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Amazing, pile 3. So I'm just gonna get a spell for you. What it feels like here with this exaltation energy is the adaptability. I feel like you're just really welcoming and open, and you're not very judgy at all. And I think you are very solution-based, solution-oriented, and allow people a safe space to sort of vent out their problems and help them find solutions, quite literally. We're going to look at your spell at the end. Let's see what your charms have to say. All right, first one out is a golem of sorts. Ooh, this is interesting. They're making me feel like you, it's not like, sorry, the metaphor is like you're releasing their own golem, meaning like they're living in shells of themselves and not fully embodying who they fully are. And I think that you allow, from your knowledge, from your experience, for them to shine and step into who they actually are, to adapt into this human experience. The fortune you have, you are optimistic and outgoing. The numbers are 9, 12, 21, 25, 32, and 43. You have the world and the night sky. The world says there's no place like home, and serenity. Yeah, and I think that's coming home to self, the serenity of the spirits, the celestial and galactic fam, worldly connections, etc. Those downloads I was receiving, meditation, again, bringing back to the center of self. I'm telling you, you are definitely one of the guides, my pile 3s. And then we have the self rune. Yeah, which is what we've been talking about, bringing people back to themselves. You are the embodiment and living that, and the sun energy came out for you twice, pile 3. Twice. You have another fortune. How fortunate. This one says, you are bold and daring. Others admire these qualities in you. Absolutely. 21, 28, 29, 38, 41, and 47. You have a golden angel here for you. Again, lots of wing energy. Like I said, angels and galactic team is very present. I think I said Gabriel and Haniel. You have the letter R, the letter C, the letter W, the letter L, and the letter C, and the letter F. A lot of letters for you guys. I just heard Crowley, so I don't know if you guys read tarot or into the esoterics. I'm pretty sure you are if you're here. I also heard Frank, Charles, Whitney, Larissa. We have a moonstone here, one singular moonstone. A little bit of a protective energy too here. Not moonstone. Yeah, that's right, moonstone. My apologies. That's right. And then believe and be gentle. A gentle belief, believe in your gentility. I love that for you. So my lovelies, there's a lot of like self-actualization energy here, and it's not necessary. You're getting that too, don't get me wrong, because you're expanding and evolving even more. But what you're giving out is that self-actualization, stepping into oneself, meditating and understanding the truth of who one is, connecting to the higher realms, seeing the truth in matters, finding solutions instead of looking at the problems, like allowing people to find their own flow. I love that. Amazing, pile 3. This was beautiful. Let's get your closing spell. It says, your moon sign represents your inner self, the way you internalize the world. So your moon sign right now might be really significant, or might be an extra player, or not an extra player, but an extra reason behind why you're doing what you're doing. I want to take one more for you. It says, capture the energy of the moon's phases by leaving a quartz bowl. Capture the energy of the moon's phase by leaving a quartz point or a bowl of water under its light. That way you can call on the energy of the full moon once it has passed, or sipped the energy of a growing crescent, even though the moon is new. So they brought up moon twice. I randomly picked, yeah? So the moon, your moon sign, full moon energies, there's something significant about, again, particular downloads, information that you might possibly be receiving. Oh, my beautiful collective, please let me know how these resonated. I'm sending you the most amount of love. I hope this resonated. I hope this served you. This was super fun for me to read. Until next time, please keep on in your lives. Ciao.